You get up from the couch. Your cat gets up. You walk to the kitchen. Your cat walks to the kitchen. You close the bathroom door, and 2 seconds later there's a paw sliding underneath it. Most people laugh it off. Call it clingy. Assume their cat just wants food. But what's actually behind this behavior is something far more deliberate and far more emotionally significant than most owners ever stop to consider. Your cat has been following you for a reason. And once you understand what that reason really is, you'll never see it the same way again. 1. You are their entire territory, and they need to keep track of it. In the wild, cats are territorial animals. They patrol. They mark. They monitor every inch of the space they've claimed, not out of anxiety, but out of the deep, ingrained need to know that their world is still exactly as they left it. Your home is your cat's territory. Every room, every corner, every surface, and you are the most important, most dynamic element inside it. Unlike the furniture, unlike the walls, unlike the windowsill, you move. You go places. You disappear through doors and reappear somewhere else entirely. From your cat's perspective, keeping track of you isn't optional. You're the variable in their environment that matters most. And variables need to be monitored, so they follow you. Not because they're anxious, not because they're confused, but because that's what a cat does with the most important part of their territory. They keep it in sight. 2. They've decided you're part of their colony, and colony members don't separate. Here's something most cat owners have never been told. Cats are not purely solitary animals. In the wild, they form small social groups, colonies, built around trust, shared territory, and mutual familiarity. Members of these colonies stay close to one another. They move together. They rest near each other. Not because they have to, but because proximity to a trusted companion is one of the ways cats experience safety. Your cat has placed you inside that structure. You're not their owner in their mind. You're not their caretaker. You are a member of their colony, the one they've chosen to orient their entire social world around. And colony members don't just wander off without notice. When you move from room to room, your cat isn't following you out of neediness. They're doing what comes completely naturally to a social animal who has bonded with someone. They're staying close to the one creature in the house that their nervous system has decided is safe. Animal behaviorist John Bradshaw found that cats living closely with humans often adopt the same movement patterns as their owners, adjusting their own rhythms to stay in proximity. That's not training. That's attachment expressing itself the only way a cat knows how. And if this is shifting how you see your cat right now, hit like and subscribe. We want to reach every owner who's been missing what their cat has been trying to tell them. 3. They're not following you, they're making sure you're okay. This one lands differently once you hear it. Your cat follows you from room to room, yes. But watch what they actually do when they get there. Most of the time, they don't demand attention. They don't climb on you or ask to be fed. They find a spot nearby, a corner of the floor, the edge of the bath mat, the doorway, and they settle. And they watch. That's not a cat who wants something from you. That's a cat running a continuous low-level welfare check on the most important creature in their environment. Cats in bonded colonies keep track of each other's well-being. They notice when something is off. They register changes in behavior, movement, and energy long before those changes become obvious. And your cat has extended that same vigilance to you. Research has shown that cats can detect subtle physiological shifts in the humans they're bonded with. Changes in breathing, body language, and even scent that signal stress, illness, or emotional distress. Following you is how they stay close enough to the data. Close enough to notice. Close enough to respond if something changes. They're not shadowing you out of clinginess. They're keeping watch. Because to them, you're worth watching over. 4. You leaving a room feels like a real loss to them. Most owners have no idea how their cat experiences the moment they walk through a door and close it behind them. To you, you're just going to another room. You'll be back in 5 minutes. It's nothing. To your cat, the most significant presence in their environment just vanished without warning. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats form genuine attachment bonds with their owners that mirror the bonds human infants form with caregivers. When separated from their owner, even briefly, securely attached cats showed measurable signs of stress, increased vocalization, restlessness, A visible inability to fully settle until their person returned. That's not dramatic. That's a bonded animal responding to the temporary loss of their anchor point. When your cat follows you from room to room, part of what they're doing is preventing that feeling from happening in the first place. They've learned that staying close means you don't disappear. That if they move when you move, they never have to experience the unsettled, searching feeling that comes when you're suddenly gone. Following you is their solution to a problem they can't explain but feel completely.
5. They've studied your patterns more carefully than you realize. Here's what makes this behavior even more remarkable. Your cat doesn't just follow you reactively, scrambling to catch up after you've already moved. In most cases, they anticipate you. They're already standing before you've fully committed to getting up. They're already in the hallway before you've reached the door. That's not luck. That's the result of sustained, careful observation over months or years. Cats are extraordinary readers of physical cues. The subtle shift in your weight before you stand. The change in your breathing that precedes movement. The particular way you set something down when you're about to get up versus when you're planning to stay. Your cat has cataloged all of it. They've built a detailed internal model of how you move through your day, when you go to the kitchen, when you head to the bathroom, when you're settling in versus when you're about to leave. And they use that model to stay one step ahead of you. This isn't obsession. This is what deep familiarity looks like in a cat. They've paid that much attention to you. They know you that well. 6. Every room they follow you into is them saying the same thing. Here's what it all comes down to. Your cat has no shortage of comfortable places to be. Your home is full of warm spots, quiet corners, elevated surfaces where they could spend their day in complete comfort without moving more than a few feet. They could rest. They could sleep. They could exist perfectly well without tracking your every movement. And yet, they follow you. Into the kitchen where there's nothing for them. Into the hallway where there's nothing to do. To the bathroom door they can't even get through. They follow you into rooms that offer them absolutely nothing except one thing. You. That's the part that most owners never fully sit with. The following isn't about what's in the room. It's about who's going there. Every time your cat gets up and comes with you, they're making a choice. A quiet, unhurried, completely voluntary choice to be wherever you are rather than anywhere else. Cats don't do things they don't mean. They don't perform loyalty or manufacture closeness. They're not capable of that kind of pretense. When a cat follows you, it's because something in them, something that runs deeper than habit, deeper than routine, deeper than any single reason, simply wants to be near you. They can't say it. They don't have the words and wouldn't use them if they did. So instead, they get up every time you get up. They follow every time you move. They show up in whatever room you're in and find a spot nearby and stay there. And they do it again tomorrow. And the day after that. Not because they have to. Because to them, wherever you are is simply where they belong.